I'm going to show you the details of the front part of my FMA open class car. So this is my FMA open class car, and I call it Venom because of its red and black color. Pretty cool. So I've got, as you see here, the body damper that we described in the previous video, made with car catcher material. And on the front, it's got the DXN pivoting AT front bumper. As you see here, these sides pivot like so. It also goes up on the sides. It also tilts. So, how do you create this? How do you create this whole front part here? Well, here is one that I just recently created, and I'm going to show you some details about it. So, as you see here, you need two of these front style carbon plates. And what you need to do is lop off about this much of it on the top part, and then you need to lop off this much for the bottom part, and you need to fuse the two parts together. Then you need a small SX plate to hold these two pieces, and then you need rubber bands wrapping around here, and this part here just locks right onto the screw, as you see here. The screw acts as a stopper. Pretty cool. Now, I actually improved upon the previous design. The previous design was just simply flat on the ends. I may have done very minor, actually no, I think that's just, I didn't do anything on the back. On the back is just completely flat. So on the new version, I decided to round off the edges. So by taking your Dremel and then angling at a 45-degree angle and going all around the edges here, you can get that bevel right on the sides there. Pretty cool. So why is this important? Because you want to make sure that there's no hard edge hitting something on the track. If the hard edge catches something on the track, like the sections between the tracks can sometimes be a little off, and so if any of those hard edges hits something that's hard edged on the track itself, what happens? You can create havoc on your car. It's just terrible. So if you smooth out those edges, so if there's no more hard edges, you'll fare better over a track that has imperfections. So pretty darn cool. So you see here the underguard. The underguard here has two relatively flat sections that I shaped. I shaped these two sections right here like so. So here we've got this section, made with, as you see here, the tail damper material. I've got two of them, and I'm basically fitting one on top of the other so that I can put my brake on the top here and an optional brake, maybe 1 millimeter here, maybe 2 or 3 millimeter here. And I'm fusing these two together and then bolting them on the bottom of this car. Now, this started off as basically this, as you see here, and I sawed off the bottom holes. As you see here, there's only 3 holes on the bottom legs here versus 4 on here, so I just shortened it, as you see. And I also, for this part here, I just shaved off the very top part where this brake was, so that this part would be slotted underneath like this. Now, one of the things that I improved upon from my old car was this was completely flat. There was no bevel on here. So I decided, hey, let's put a bevel on both these items here, so that when I slot this like this, it's got a bevel right here. Remember the 45-degree angle that I created using this Dremel with this big head right here. So that if this does catch on some part of the track that's sticking up in some weird way, it will hopefully just kind of slide over it. Not like before where a hard hit, it hit something hard on the track. This part actually like broke off because of the hard edges. There's 2 hard edges there. There's a hard edge there and a hard edge there. But now I smoothed it out so that this would not catch on a hard edge. Pretty cool. So another piece that we need to be aware of is this part here, and this was also created using something like this too, where I just cut off the sides. So as you see here, this is exactly this, except I cut off the sides. And this is the part that I use to rest the DXN front AT bumper on. So let me take this off and show you. Here it is right here. That's what this piece is right here. So it's just simply resting, attached with these 2 screws, 2 short screws, and this AT front bumper is resting right on top of it. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically how you create all the front parts of an FMA open class car. Pretty cool. And how you position these things, well, make sure that your AT front bumper has these springs. These are the harder tension springs, the silver ones, not the black ones. They come in a pack with both silver and black. Use the silver ones, and you're going to use those spring caps to position this. So as you see here, I've got spring caps in the bottom, and I've got lock nuts in the top, and my body damper is going to rest on top. Now, on a future version of an FMA style car, I might switch over to carbon plate body damper, but we'll see. We'll see what I do in the next version of this car. I would like to continue using car catcher material for the purpose of making the body dampers, because I feel that it gives you a more flexible option than the stiff carbon plates, but we'll see what happens. And I've recently acquired lightweight 13mm rollers, so that's pretty cool. Thanks, Leo, for that. And yeah, basically you use these 12-13mm with the O-ring rollers, and you flip them upside down so that you've got 13, 13, and this would be possibly 11.5, 12 on the bottom. And yeah, this is a great way of setting this up so that this would traverse tracks of all sorts, whether they be digital curve type pieces of tracks or around hard turns. This is going to basically deal with all of that. So I've got these O-rings wrapped around here, as you see here. The O-rings, I've got 3 on each side, so you've got 6 bands. I've basically taken 19mm O-rings, wound them, flipped them behind, wound, so you get 6, what appears to be 6 bands, but they're really 3 O-rings on each side. Pretty cool. And as you see here, I've got a 3mm sponge brake, which I could switch to a 2mm sponge brake depending on what the track is. In some cases, I don't even need a brake on this car because the front part, the front plate, the bottom plate that is, acts as a brake in many cases. But now that I have this new design, the brake design is going to be a little better, I think. So pretty cool, pretty cool. So yes, that's the front part of the car. Next video, we're going to be talking about the rear of an FMA open class car, at least one of my FMA open class cars. So watch for that video soon. If you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you, bye.